Okay, so the last video we did 4 different color schemes. We did primaries, we did secondaries, we did tertiary or intermediate colors, which are in between the primary and secondary in the color wheel. And then we did our complementary pair. So red and green, purple and yellow, and orange and blue. Okay. I could not find my little plastic palette, but I had this wax paper, which will work nicely. Plus it's a little bit bigger of a space, but all I gotta do when I'm done is throw it in the trash. So easy cleanup. So first one we're gonna do, and you're gonna need some white for this. Is Tints, T-I-N-T-S, and these are colors mixed with white. All right, so Easter's coming up. Think of Easter colors. And just like before, always start with your lighter colors. So of course, my lightest color is going to be white, okay? And I'm only getting a little bit over here. So I'm just going to add a teensy bit. You guys can see how little bit I'm adding, and watch how quickly that changes the white. If you start dumping white into your red, you're going to use up all your white really quick. So I've got a nice little pale pink there. So think of pastels, Easter colors. Think of that Easter candy, those chocolate covered almonds that are so good. They're like pale baby blue, baby purple. What is that, lavender? Okay, so there's how you make pink. Now, I know that red and yellow make orange, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of yellow to this and see if I can make like a peach. I've still got plenty of white in there to make it a tint. So I've got kind of a peachy color just by adding a little yellow. I mean, peach is basically, you know, orange with white in it, just like pink is red with white. Okay, I think I'll do again, I'm going to start with white, come over here, add a little bit of blue, just a teeny tiny, barely any on there, barely. You can always come back and add more, but you can't take it out. And you guys do not have to do the exact same colors that I'm doing, as long as it's, you know, a color with white, that's fine. It doesn't have to be exactly. If you have a really good green and you want to use that, I'm gonna get a little bit of water here. Let's see if I can get that last little bit. And one more. I don't really like my green, but I've already got that blue there. So maybe I'll make a green. Maybe it'll look better because it's got white in it. Yeah, not really. It's okay. I ran out of space for my 4th circle, which is why it's a little smaller. It's gonna drive me crazy. Just putting on a good layer so I know that that paper's not showing through. Okay, so there's our tints. Colors mixed with white. So now let's do what did we do yesterday? Oh, we did neutrals yesterday. That's right. So neutrals, which are like your browns, they don't have any real obvious hue to them. Hue is the fancy word for color that artists use. So neutrals, no obvious hue, and they are made by mixing the three primaries. So remember earlier when I said that you were going to use our complementary colors? So complementary colors are the three primaries, right? That's red, and then I used yellow and blue to make green. So that's all three primaries. That's yellow, and I used red and blue to make purple. That's all three primaries. And that's blue and orange is red and yellow, so that's all three primaries. So you mix all three primaries to make your neutral. And again, yellow is a lot lighter, so I'm going to start with yellow. I'll do it right here. You guys can probably see that. And my paint's a little dry, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Of course, my water's dirty. Add a little bit of red. Add a little bit of blue. And you're going to get some different browns depending on, and I'm just kind of using the same little pile over and over and adding different paints to it. So there's like a reddish brown. You don't want to do black and white. That's not really considered a neutral. They're considered, what's the word? Like a non-hue or something. I can't think of what it's called. Because black and white don't have any color to them. There's one brown. I'm going to add a little bit more blue. And don't want to get too bluey. So I might add a little bit more yellow. Again, notice I'm not mixing up that much paint. I mean, I'm not painting in a large area, and it's just kind of wasteful to mix up. Some of you guys mixed up like some huge piles of paint, and you end up, wasting it all, washing it down the drain. Which, paint can get expensive. You don't want to be wasteful. There's another brown. I think I might do like a tan color or something. If I might add some white to that. Maybe a little white. Let's see what that looks like. Just gonna add a little bit of that brown to it. A little bit more. And maybe a little more yellow. Kind of a tan color, or peanut butter looking color, right? And I got a little bit more paint left. I think I'll just take all this yellow and some red and some blue. Let's throw that in there and see what happens. Let me pick up all this stuff. You're not going to need the neutrals again. Maybe a little bit more blue. So there's my neutrals. So tints, colors mixed with white, and then my neutrals are no obvious hue, and you're mixing 3 primaries together. So kind of all your browns and tans. All right, I'm gonna go wash my water thing and rinse it out, get some clean water, and we'll do the last 2.